All right, we're on to number 6, which is point of view. And when we talk about point of view in photography, this is essentially how the camera sees the scene. How are we positioning the camera? Are we taking pictures from eye level, right? If we're just standing upright, taking a picture at eye level, that's one point of view. We could take a picture from down low, like close to the ground. That's a different point of view. From up high, and a few other examples which we're going to see. So here we're going to see a few examples of my dog. This is Duncan. So this is an example of a picture I took just at eye level. I was just standing on the shore taking a picture of my dog. So you can kind of tell it's a bit of a downward angle just because I'm standing up taller than my dog is. However, in this next one, this is where I actually got a bit closer to the ground, right? However, I'm not exactly eye level with my dog yet. So here's an example where I am more eye level with Duncan. It's not completely eye level yet, but you can start to see there's a difference even in feeling between this image where I'm on the same level as my dog, I'm down low, versus this one where I'm still a bit up high. You can tell that this is a human taking this photo. You can tell that you're a bit more intimate with Duncan here because you're just closer to the ground, but you're also closer to him, right? And here's an example, one I did not take, where you are exactly eye level, in this case with a fox. I hope it's a fox. But where you're completely eye level with your subject. So here's a few different, general points of view. Closer to the ground, are you higher up? Are you trying to match your point of view with your subject? But we can also get into some really cool examples of point of view. So this is just a picture of a dandelion. That's all this picture is. But it's taken from underneath the dandelion. It creates such an interesting photo just because we'd never see this point of view before. There's also some examples of framing, right? This is a good example of a framed photo. But it's also an interesting example that our subject is right in the middle of our photograph. It doesn't follow any kind of rule of thirds, right? And I think that definitely helps if you have a framed photo because, again, our eyes tend to go to the middle of the frame. So there we go. We got our subject, our focal point right in the middle. Now here's a cool one where you're taking the point of view from inside of a leaf and you're seeing, I believe, I want to call them caribou, but they could just be normal reindeer. No, I think their antlers are a bit too big for normal reindeer. I have no idea. I'm just spouting stuff off at this point. I'm going to call them caribou because we're Canadian. It's just a cool point of view. And yes, of course, just the implied line of this leaf and the way it's formed creates a leading line towards our subject, which I would argue are the animals in the background here. Now here's an interesting point of view. This is a picture of a guy literally laying down on railroad tracks, but you just flip the camera, or maybe just flip the picture upside down. I don't know if they would have flipped the camera upside down or not. But it just creates this whole completely different image where, it does look like he's hanging on for dear life. It looks like he's hanging off a cliff or something like that. Yeah, but these are all examples of just trying to change the position of the camera to better capture our subject. There's another aspect of point of view where you actually become the subject. And for that, I'm going to go with these, this viral picture set of a girlfriend leading his or her boyfriend to a bunch of different places in the world. I think the hashtag was follow me or follow me too. And then, they went from all over the place. So with this picture, we become the boyfriend in this case. We become that person. So point of view isn't necessarily just where the camera is positioned, right? Because yes, this was taken at eye level, but the point of view in this case is from the photographer, from the boyfriend.